I'm here today with our mid-year report, and we're going to cover three things for current homeowners and prospective buyers. We're going to talk about present market conditions, expected market conditions, and some guidance around what you should do with that. So we don't really have a lot of new information. The present market conditions it's more the same. You have some price stabilization with home prices, and you have some stabilization within rates where we're not seeing large fluctuations anymore. We're definitely seeing pockets of activity where there are still areas where it's very, very aggressive, and you're going to see a lot of escalation on homes in terms of offers and going over asking. We're also seeing the complete opposite in other markets where we're having situations where sellers are having to lower their prices to meet expectations because if they're just not moving on the market, things are sitting a little bit longer. So no real new news there. That's what we've been seeing for probably the last few months. We got a little bit of a pickup there towards the end of winter, but this is kind of where we've seen stabilize in terms of present. What do we expect? So last year, all the information coming out said, expect 5 rate cuts from the Feds this year. We were very hesitant on that, mostly because I'm certainly not the most rate guru. We have a million people at MBA that are better at understanding interest rate fluctuation and movement than me, but I've just been doing this for so long. I was very hesitant to kind of think that was going to happen based on where I saw the economy, and that's about coming true. So right now, for me, I expect to see more of the same. We're going to see some pockets of rates coming down a little bit, but we should see mostly the same type of real estate market through the end of the year and the same type of interest rate market through the end of the year. My overall thought has been that next year's spring market's going to be where we start seeing a little bit normalizing of a market, which will still be a very slow normalizing. So there won't be a period where it's like, boom, here it is, let's go. It's going to be a very slow normalizing. So what type of guidance do I have for people around this? So if you're a homeowner right now, first off, home equity utilization. So if you're in a situation where whether it's the economy or whatever it's been, if you're in a situation where you might need to access some equity, but you're like, oh my God, I got a 3% rate and I can't go to 7%. What am I going to do? I would really implore you to take a look at where your situation is. Have a professional look at this. Look at some debt consolidation, cash flow. If you're not clicking on all your other financial goals, losing a 3% rate to go to a 7% is not going to be the end of the world if you're managing your money appropriately. And that's not me trying to tell everybody, yeah, just go do it. You got to really talk to somebody who understands that and can look at your personal short and long-term goals, and we can work towards something there. So I would absolutely, if you are thinking that you might not be in the best position, or you want to guarantee you are, set up an appointment. I'd be happy to meet with you, or whoever you already work with should be able to do that, but we're definitely happy to do that. Refinancing is not going to be right for everybody. We meet with everybody in our database as often as we can, whenever we can set up a meeting, and I tell people probably 90% of the time, let's not refinance, doesn't make sense. But there are definitely opportunities there where it might, and don't just negate the opportunity to move to a different situation and change your overall financial picture just based on, oh my God, how could I ever refinance? So make sure you're dealing with a professional on that and stay super informed. And when I say stay informed, Let's I don't know, maybe people don't want to hear this, but I don't really trust a lot of the information the media puts out. The media puts out a little tidbit of something, they expand upon it, and it's usually not entirely accurate. So make sure you're dealing with real estate agents and mortgage people that are professionals and understand this, and that are a little bit more than salespeople and understand how to actually work towards you and help you there. So that's my advice for homeowners. For prospective buyers, it's the same as always, right? Get pre-approved. Everybody knows that. But here's what I'm seeing all the time. Oh, I want a soft pull. Do a soft pull on my credit. I don't want to impact my credit. Or, oh, I don't want to get pre-approved till I know I got the right house because, I don't know how long it's going to take. Or, I don't really want to get pre-approved because this is the only house I'm interested in. And if I don't get approved for, if I can't get my offer accepted, I'm not moving forward. So here's the deal there. If you're thinking about a soft pull and you're worried about your credit score and all these other things, you're probably not ready to buy a house. Let's be honest. You think the soft pull is going to help you as such a minimal impact on your credit score to do a hard pull. A hard pull gets you a pre-approval. A soft pull gets you a pre-qualification. And I don't care what anybody says about that being different. You cannot run the systems we run to make sure that the underwriting system is going to like your file without a hard pull. So do that. Be focused on that. Also, in terms of, we already talked about it being a hard real estate market. If you're going in with this, well, I hope I can get pre-approved. timeline and quality are the two things any seller is going to be looking at right now. Your timeline is going to be shot if you're not already pre-approved, and if you're not already pre-approved, especially by somebody reputable, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be disregarded in a multiple offer situation. So making sure you're getting approved and focus on that. Second is stop being so focused on the rates and thinking that you're going to time the rates. It is not possible to time the rates, and I don't care whether you buy a house this month, next month, the month after. Chances are you're going to refinance that house. And it really doesn't matter any market. The only people ever in my 20-year career who might be hesitant to refinance their house for any reason are the people that we refinanced in the last, pretty much like 48 to 36 months ago, who got the 2.5% and 3% rates. Most people are going to go from 5% to 6% to 7% to 6%. They're going to move all the time. Refinancing is going to be something that happens very frequently as your life changes, as things change. So if you're buying a house right now and you can afford the payment right now, don't buy it and say, well, I can't really afford it, but next year when I refinance, I can. That's not the advice. If you can't afford it right now, don't do it based on, I'll refinance later. But don't be afraid of the rate. If you can afford it now, when I bought my first house, my rate was 7.25%, and I'm not this person that's like, the rates were 20% in the 80s. Doesn't matter. My first house was 7.25%. I refinanced multiple times. I leveraged that home into a million other things that have been very, very successful for me. And if you're right now afraid of a 7% rate, by the time that rate is in a place where you think in your mind is going to be more comfortable, that same home is going to be worth $25,000, $50,000, $75,000 more, and it's going to kill your purchase price. So let's focus on what you can do now to get in the game versus waiting on it. So that's my advice. Present market conditions, expectations, and guidance for current homeowners and prospective buyers. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to any of us to hear more and really dig in on your personal situation, please do that anytime. I'm happy to connect all the time. Have a great day.